Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be talking about different stages of lung development, and I will also be telling you how to remember the different structural changes that happens in different stages of the lung development. So let's begin. First of all, I would like to tell that if you ever had problem recalling minute details of these changes that happens in different lung development, then you are at the correct place, because with this video I'm gonna make it crystal clear for you guys, and I promise you that you will be able to remember every minute details of the different stages of the lung development after this video. Okay, so starting with the embryonic stage of the lung development. So what are the structural changes that occurs in the embryonic stage? Just remember the first letter of the embryonic, that is E, and that E should remind you of the 3. So that 3 will remind you what is the final stage of the development, and that is tertiary bronchi. Okay, so lung bud will develop into trachea, trachea will develop into bronchial buds, and then primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, and tertiary bronchi. So the first letter was E, and that looks like 3, and that is how you remember the final structural changes that occurs during this stage. And the only error that can happen at this stage of development is at the level of trachea, and that is tracheoesophageal fistula. So just remember, during the embryonic stage, if there is any error at that stage, then that can lead to tracheoesophageal fistula. So the bottom line is E for 3. Okay, now the second stage, that is pseudoglandular stage. Pseudo, the meaning of pseudo is false, isn't it? So false people will finally end or die. Okay, just remember this thing. Pseudo is for false, and pseudo people will die, end or terminate. So end for endodermal tubules. Okay, so pseudoglandular, there are the changes are endodermal tubules will be formed, and there will be development of the terminal bronchioles. Okay, so end or terminate, just remember the end or terminate for the pseudo people. And also you can see respiration is impossible, incompatible with life. So the fate of pseudo is always end. Okay, or finish. So there will be no respiration at all, and it will be not incompatible with life, because there is no development of alveoli yet, or there is no exchange of air yet. And the third stage is the canalicular stage. To remember what happens during the canalicular stage, just remember you are making a track in a canal. So that track should remind everything. You see, T for terminal bronchioles, R for respiratory bronchioles, A for alveolar duct, and finally C for capillary network. Okay, so the first prominent capillary network that occurs is during the canalicular stage. Before that there was a modest capillary network, but now it is the prominent capillary network. So just remember track of the canal. Okay, and some important points that you need to remember is airway increases in diameter, respiration is capable at 25 week, and pneumocytes develop during the starting of the 20th week. The final two stages of the lung development are very easy actually, because the name itself suggests you what is formed. For example, in the saccular stage, terminal sacs are formed, while in the alveolar stage, adult alveoli are formed. So what is the difference between terminal sac and adult alveoli is just the septation. Okay, because in the terminal sacs there will be primary septation, while in the adult alveoli there will be secondary septation. Okay, this is very important. And the final point that I want to make is during the birth there are 20 to 70 million alveoli, but that is not just the end, because it is said that 300 to 400 million alveoli are formed by the 8 years of age. So your lung keeps developing even after birth till 8 to 10 years. Okay, so that is all that you need to know in the lung development. Okay, now talking about the timing of the different stages, just remember the first thing, that is embryonic, will be for 4 to 6 weeks, and then keep on adding 10 weeks for each subsequent stages. Okay, for example, for pseudoglandular just add 10 more weeks, that is 6 to 16, and then for canalicular add 10 more weeks, that is 16 to approximately 26 week, and then again add 10 weeks, that is from 26 week to 36 week, that is nearly the time of birth. So 26 to the time of birth. And alveolar, as I said, it will be continuing till the age of 8 years, because the finally the number of alveoli is 300 to 400 million, and that is attained during the 8 years of life, first 8 years of life. Okay, so to summarize, you can see during the embryonic stage, just remember the first letter, that is E for the tertiary. Pseudo people will end or terminate, so endodermal tubules and terminal bronchioles will be formed during the pseudoglandular. Canal for tract, so canalicular during the canalicular stage. Just remember tract, terminal bronchioles, respiratory bronchioles, alveolar duct, and the capillary network. And finally, during the saccular stage, terminal sacs are formed, and during the alveolar stage, alveoli are formed. So this is all that you need to know about lung development. I hope this video was helpful to remember all the stages and different structural changes that occurs in different stages of the lung development. Thank you very much for watching. And if you are not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel to get the notification of any video that I upload soon.